lecture, welcome you all on behalf of entire CIMP family for today's function. Before we start, I take this opportunity to brief our honorable guest of the day about our institute, a brainchild of Honorable Chief Minister Shri Nitish Kumar, who also happens to be the chairman of Board of Governors of the institute. CIMP was established in 2008 as an autonomous institute on the lines of IIMs with active support and help from Government of Bihar to resurrect the educational glory of Bihar. Recently, CIMP has secured position in top 125 management institutes in the country under the NIRF ranking 2022 conducted by the Ministry of Education and Government of India.
I take this opportunity to welcome our honorable guest, Mr. Christian Mishra. Sir is the country head, international business at Becker Professional Education, USA, and is responsible for market development in India and South Asia.
Mr. Pankaj Dhingra, sir is highly qualified and accomplished professional with over 25-year experience in wide spectrum of industries, a chartered accountant ICAI India by profession and also a certified public accountant.
And Mr. Santosh Kumar Sinha, sir is the Executive Director, Investment Promotion, BIADA. I would also like to welcome Professor Dr. Rana Singh, Director CIMP, and Mr. Kumod Kumar, Chief Administrative Officer CIMP. May now invite our honorable guest, Director CIMP, and the Chief Administrative Officer for lighting the ceremonial lamp. I now request all the dignitaries to please take their seat on the dais. May now request PGP1 students to present sapling to our dignitaries.
May I now invite Professor Dr. Rana Singh, Director CIMP family to deliver the welcome address.
A very warm good afternoon to one and all. Esteemed Krishan Mishra ji, Pankaj Dhingra ji, KK Sinha ji, and my esteemed colleague Kumar ji, Chief Administrative Officer, faculty members, members of staff, and my dear students, it's my pleasure, privilege, honor and delight to extend a very warm welcome to all the esteemed members sitting on the dais and off the dais as well. It's a historic occasion for all of us to sign up an MOU with Becker Professional Education, which is one of the pioneering organizations headquartered in US and has been doing a pioneering work in the domain of accountancy and allied functions education, training and allied areas. We had a preliminary online meeting and we decided that the Indian students in general and the students from Bihar and Patna in particular should get the opportunity to get global employability by acquiring contemporary knowledge, skills, competencies and the right attitudinal dimensions as well as values, life skills and allied areas, particularly in the domain of accountancy, commerce, finance, so that they can and they should be able to write and successfully complete programs like CPA, CMA and the like. So we thought that our students, while pursuing their master's program in business administration, they should be in a position to simultaneously prepare for some of the top-notch programs like CPA and CMA, which gives them global acceptance, global employability and global recognition, which provides them the opportunity to serve some of the top-notch consulting firms. And I'm sure it's our pleasure and privilege to be listening to one of our esteemed panelists who has been with BCG, Boston Consulting Group, and some other top-notch multinational organizations. So it has been a well-considered thought that our students pursuing the program here and some other students also from the region should get the opportunity to get the contemporary knowledge in the domain of finance, accountancy and allied areas. So with these thoughts in our minds and the vision to capture some of the top-notch positions in the multinational organizations and Fortune 500 global companies, it's important for us to have the latest knowledge, skills and competencies and the acknowledgement and certification from leading organizations in form of CPA, CMA and other similar degrees which are acknowledged globally. So it's important for us to sign an MOU with a leading organization which has been doing a pioneering work. And let me share some of the advantages of this partnership. Well, internationally, teaching and training has been going on since time immemorial. But some of the leading organizations from US, Australia, Singapore for that matter, they have been focusing on outcome-based education and they are developing some world-class content and are leveraging online mode, hybrid mode as well as offline mode, an optimum blend of the three, so that we are able to prepare the next gen leaders in the domain of accountancy, finance and allied areas. And the best part of it is that we know that when we are going for courses like CPA and CMA or ICMA for that matter, or CFA also, the fees as well as the application for the fee for writing the exam is also very high. So the students, they have a tough time to analyze, are they actually prepared to take the exam or not? And if they are ready, are they in a position to crack the exam successfully? So the most advantageous part with Becker Professional Education, which I could learn from limited interaction with them, is that the entire learning management system which they have has some of the top-notch content delivered by some of the best professionals of the world, having decades of experience in consulting education, financial education, as well as having, top-notch expertise in the domain. And with that, what they do is they have created an excellent, algorithm and system, the software, on the basis of your consistency in attendance of the lectures, training sessions, and the periodic formative and summative tests which you take. It gives you an indication, well, now you are optimally prepared to take the exam. So with this level of knowledge, skills and competence, if you are appearing for one of the courses, CPA, CMA, you will be able to crack successfully. And to a phenomenal extent, it gives a very clear, so it's an outcome of predictive analytics which we talk about. So I once again take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to all the esteemed members from Becker Professional Education and my esteemed colleague, Mr. KK Sinhaji, who is Executive Director, BIADA. And a short while ago, we were talking about the fact that he recently cleared in the month of October investment of 1,600 crores. So that's the kind of the flow of investments coming to the state. So it's a welcome news for all of us, and we thank all the members who are here for taking out time out of their busy schedules, and we look forward to have a long-term, enriching, rewarding, and mutually fruitful relations. And I hope, wish and pray that it would actually contribute towards producing more and more CPAs, CMS, CFAs from CIMP, from Patna, from Bihar, and from India. With this vision, I once again welcome all of you. Thank you and have a wonderful time. Thanks a lot.
May I now invite our dignitaries for MOU signing.
Now, may I invite Honorable Guest Mr. Krishan Mishra to deliver his address. So, please enlighten us with your knowledge and experience.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to my own state. I'm so happy that I'm back in the city of Patna. I can tell you that I'm from Muzaffarpur, but I've not been able to come to my state for a very long time. I'm outside working across various locations. But finally, I got an opportunity to come to your institute because of your institute practically, right? So thank you so much, CIMP. Okay, so my introduction is already done. I don't want to add anything further to that, but yes, I would like to talk about my organization, though Rana sir has already spoken about the organization really well, but I'd like to add some more points. So Becker Professional Education is a 65 years young organization. 65 years young because we started in the year 1957, and since then what we have done is that we have been talking to students like you, the young students who are creative, who are innovative, and who are looking forward to their careers. We are also creative, very, very innovative, and we are passionate about your careers. Right? So what we ensure is that we give you the right qualification which can practically make you understand the nuances of how the business would be done when you actually get into the corporate world. Now our qualification is very, very practical, application based. When I talk about CPA or CMA, these qualifications are very much well known across the world. Talking about CPA, this is one of the largest qualifications across the globe. Approximately around people across 180 plus countries who are looking forward to their careers in the field of finance at various organizations like the Fortune 500. I can tell you that there are 4,55,000 professionals who are CPAs across the world, and Pankaj is one of them, right? So we need to clap for him. These CPAs are highly sought after people, and I can tell you one more thing, that out of 4,55,000 people, none of them is unemployed, which means that each and every CPA has got a job, right? So I'm talking about a qualification which is highly acceptable not only in India, across the world. And when I talk about India itself, India has become the hub for finance and accountancy. What has happened is, in the last few years, India has created hubs across cities like Gurgaon, Noida, which is very close to Delhi, places like Lucknow, Chandigarh, Jaipur, which are in North India, then Calcutta, which is very close to us from Patna, places like Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore, and also places like Mumbai and Pune, wherein a lot of accountancy firms have come up and they are looking forward to CPA qualified professionals and CMA qualified professionals. Both these qualifications are highly respected across the industry, and I can tell you one more very interesting fact. A lot of people might tell you that India has got unemployment, right? A lot of people say that India has got unemployment. Interestingly, India does not have unemployment. India has got unemployability. Now, this is a very interesting word. When we talk about employability, there are two words into employability. One is employment, and second is ability. Now, jobs are there, employment opportunities are there. People are not able or capable enough to pick up those jobs which are available in the market. What we do is, through our qualification, that we give you all the application-based learning so that you become capable, which means that you've got the skills which are required by the industry. Right? And thanks to whatever has happened in our country, across the world, most of the institutions in the education system normally teach people with theory-based learning. Right? And that's what we have done. Right? When we studied, we were doing theory-based learning only. Our teachers used to come and tell us that, okay, prepare the questions like this, and then if you answer with these steps, you'll be able to score good marks. Right? This is what we were taught. Instead of telling us that how this particular problem will actually help us in giving the right solution to ourselves and to the people we are interacting with. That's really very important. So what we do is, in our qualification, we prepare you with the case methods, with simulation methods, and also, as Sir rightly mentioned, we have got an artificial intelligence-based software, wherein the software will ensure that at your level, your capability, whether you are actually prepared for the examination or not. If you're not prepared, the software will tell you that you're not ready for the exam, don't write. If you're prepared, the software will clearly tell you that yes, you're ready, please go ahead and write the examination. Now that's very important, and you will go through various simulations, case-based methods, and also very, very practical situations which will make you understand that, oh, these things are supposed to be done in this way. Now, why am I talking about these things with MBA students? You must be thinking that I'm already into a professional course. Why do I need another professional course in my career? My friends, when we talk about warfares, right? There's a corporate warfare also. It's not like that you will go and fight a war at the border with Pakistan. No, it's not like that. You will be in the market wherein people have got various skills and various types of certifications, and when they are sitting in front of the employer, right, you are the only one who is sitting in front of the employer along with your certificates and nothing else. Right? So when they look at the certifications and the qualifications, practically they look forward to you as a good professional. Now, for us, what is really very important is that with an MBA, wherein we will be learning about finance, accounting, various other management and leadership concepts, with accounting qualification, what happens is you are able to brush up your technical knowledge. On the other hand, if there is an accountant who is not an MBA, right, he is really good at technical skills. However, that person actually lacks the management and leadership skills. What we are trying to do here is that we are trying to actually marry the technical skills with the management and the leadership skills. So when you come out, you are actually one level above the normal crowd in the market. The interesting fact is that CPA or CMA, these are not only the qualifications, these become your designation. Like for example, in army you have a colonel, or if you've done a PhD, you get a doctorate, right? In the similar way, when you complete your CPA or CMA, you'll be able to write these designations after your names, right? And these designations are actually recognized across all the markets which I mentioned to you, across the globe. Which means that you can actually not only look forward to an opportunity in India, but you can go outside and work anywhere in the world. And interestingly, a market like India, which is growing very, very fast, needs more people. The demand-supply gap is such that the demand for the professionals is more and the supply is less. So employment opportunities are too much right now in the market, and this situation is going to remain the same. I can tell you that this would be evergreen. Why it is happening? You must be thinking that why so many people are required. Because our local institutions and the other institutions combined together also are not able to fulfill the requirements of this country. The country is growing very fast. The country is growing very, very fast. The offshore organizations which are in places like US, in Europe, in Australia, New Zealand, and various other places across the world, they are coming to India. They are looking forward to the Indian talent. And mind you, one more thing, that Indian talent is not cheap anymore. We are expensive people, right? And our skills are actually being recognized and respected by people across the world. So we get that respect across the world by people, and they pay us for what we actually deserve. Not what the market tells that, okay, this is the salary which has to be paid. Now people have started understanding that India is a different market. Indians have got the right capabilities and skill sets. And why Indians are preferred? Do you know this? Why Indians are preferred across the world? Indians are preferred because of only one thing, that we, as Indians, we are very strong and passionate about whatever we do, right? And also, we can actually speak very slowly with the Chinese and very fast with an American or a British. So we have got that quality that we can actually mold ourselves as per the requirements of any part of the world. So I will not take much of your time. My friend Pankaj is here. He'll tell you about the qualification further. But then definitely I would like to talk about one thing that we are trying to do here is that CIMP and us Becker, we are going to launch a new integrated program very soon, which would be a combination of the US qualification along with your MBA. A new MBA program will be launched. And also we'll create an opportunity for all the students who are already studying at CIMP to pursue this course as a parallel program right now. But from the next batch onwards, you'll see a full-fledged, fully integrated program at the institute. Right? So I'm really very happy to obviously collaborate with this institution and looking forward to many more such occasions to come and talk to you. All the very best, and thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you, sir. Now, may I invite our honorable guest, Mr. Pankaj Dhingra, to deliver his address. Sir, please enlighten us with your knowledge and experience.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sir has really given the very, very nice introduction of ours, so I will not spend time in terms of introducing ourselves and what's me. But I really want to take this time to share one story, you can say that to be a success story, which really can motivate anyone and everyone to do something different in his life. So, and that's my own story in terms of what I did the way I did. I qualified in chartered accountancy in the year 2001 and joined an Indian IT company, Wipro. I was there as a trainee for a couple of years. One day my CFO approached me, and that was the point in time when Wipro got listed in US and they needed someone to consolidate their US set of financials. So they needed the professionals who have the ability, and Krishnan sir rightly mentioned that ability is the key for anyone and everyone. And that was the need at that point in time, wherein they needed someone who can really come on board and consolidate their financials as per US GAAP. We had dearth of individuals that point in time in India because this qualification as such was not that prevalent at that point in time. They gave me the opportunity that why don't you do US CPA and start managing this as a role. God was kind to me. People were kind to me. I took that as an opportunity and finally went ahead with that. Cleared my year CPA, and of course worked in Wipro for almost a decade. And when I just went off and of course left Wipro, I was the global financial controller for Wipro at large. It was a big growth that I took over a period of time, and that was not just what I delivered, but that was also a function of what ability I could gauge staying within that organization. Of course, it's a wonderful organization to work with. The kind of opportunities that you get over there, the kind of work that you get over there, the kind of scalability they really built onto yourself is amazing, which they did to me. And of course, God was kind there that I got what I got at that point in time. After I left Wipro, I got an opportunity with one of the largest, and that's the world largest asset managers of the world, named BlackRock. Many of you would know that. If you don't know it, just Google it out, you'll get to know that. BlackRock is the largest asset managers around the world. They are the largest financial services firm. I was their head of finance, sitting out here in India and shuttling between India and Hong Kong for a long time, because I knew what I knew from the standpoint of their consolidations, from the standpoint of managing their finance and finance shared services. I worked there for almost 4 to 5 years, and then left and joined Boston Consulting as their head of finance, managing entire global finance as a function. I stayed there for 5 years, and then Mr. Mishra met me one day, and he says, what are you doing only doing a corporate job? Why don't you think something broad? And of course, we decided something, and we moved on in terms of contributing to the student fraternity at large. And of course, that is the reason that makes me, or that brings me here to really talk to you that the qualifications which are really giving you the ability to really score well, do well, explore more, go more global, more broader, can really bring fortune onto your table. And that is what you really need to explore, you really need to think through, and of course you really need to be going up for. Now, and I'm the testimony to the fact that what Becker delivers. I'm a Becker student. I'm the oldest Becker faculty in India. I know what Becker delivers. I know the content. I know the curriculum. I know what they're really known for and why they're really known for, because what they really deliver. And Christian, pardon me for that. I keep saying this like a broken record, that what Becker really teaches you in the curriculum really gets on into the exam, because exam somewhat is something that they have understood very well, that what they're delivering is something student is being tested on in the exam. That's the beauty of Becker, that's the beauty of the content that we really bring on, and that's the beauty of what we intend to, of course, get with this collaboration that we're really aspiring for. One thing that I really want to touch upon more from the standpoint of you thinking through more holistic and more global. India was known to be a voice-based industry at one point in time, wherein we used to get business in India basis the cost arbitrage. We are no more a cost arbitrage kind of a framework we have. Christian rightly mentioned we are not cheap now. We are very expensive in terms of what we really charge on, and that is a function of what we have been able to get and deliver. We have now jobs of artificial intelligence, big data, data analytics, DNIs, and so on and so forth, investment banking, you name it, and we have it, because our professionals, our folks have really gauged and got what is needed by the global companies. And that's what we're really aspiring for, and that is one of the reasons of having this collaboration, that we intend to bring this to a very different level, wherein the jobs or the gates of the global companies should automatically be opened for yourself to really explore and choose it from, that this is what you really want to go for it, and this you really want to be making your future from. With that intention, we are here, and of course, we are very thankful to all of you for giving us this opportunity. So very thankful to you, sir, and we'll be happy, and of course, we'll be catching up as much as possible to take this to the next step.
Couple of minutes on SEC and SOX compliance, just for their update.
Sure. So I was heading the SEC as well as the SOX compliance for Wipro. Just to give you the context, the way we have the Indian listed companies complying with the CARO, the company's audited report that we really need to comply with, which has the structure of what we really need to give in the form of a report, and of course in the form of financials to the Government of India. In this similar way, anything or anybody or any company which is listed in the Security Exchange Commission in US, they have to comply with the SEC norms, which is something in detail being covered in the curriculum that we'll be covering out, and of course that would be coming your way if you would really enroll for this program. You would certainly be getting trained on that. Now coming on to the Sarbanes-Oxley, just to give you the context, and some of this is part of the sessions that we'll be covering on as we go forward. With the advent of the events that really came on with the Enron's, fallout that happened, the frauds that happened, the corporate frauds that were happening at that point in time, Sarbanes-Oxley really came into the picture, which really wanted your internal controls, the controls of an organization, to be documented, to be audited, and to be certified by the CEOs and the CFOs of the organizations. That actually wanted, many of the corporates to really look for the SEC and the SOX knowing people in the market, as in they were really looking forward to the talent who knows that, who can really deliver that, which really raised up the demand for the CPA and of course CMA professionals. You have to be there from the SOX compliant perspective. You have to really document all of the controls that the organization may have, and you have to certify that. It's more like the term that we use is test of deficiency and test of effectiveness. We do the test of effectiveness to say that it is working fine. To give you in a very layman's language, you may have a control, sir, wherein anybody who walks up to your room has to take an appointment for you, and of course have a...
They don't need to take an appointment, they can walk in. I'm sorry, please go ahead.
So, if you have that kind of a control, and of course you have to come on to your reception and they have to sign. Now that's the documented control that an organization has. Now that's the design of the control. Now if I really come in and really barge in and open up the room without really taking care of that control as an aspect, that's the defeat of that control. That's called test of effectiveness, wherein it has failed. In Sarbanes-Oxley, what we do is that we document each and every control of an organization. We test that, and then we really certify that. CEO has to sign on that everything is working fine, which came up, of course, after the Enrons and the WorldComs of the world, wherein the fraud happened. And we'll talk in detail in terms of what really happened over there, just to give you an insight as to how smart the people have been now in terms of really bringing on those kind of frauds onto the table. We'll be talking on that in details, in our sessions as we move forward.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Just to give a small update, sir, ever since 2002 in US we had Sarbanes-Oxley Act, and it has gone almost 20 years now. It has been a missionary zeal of the US government to enhance transparency and to minimize the frauds with the people, and the government of India is seriously working on it to have something more robust than SOX compliance in the country, though currently we have different kinds of listing requirements of the stock exchange and multiple other corporate governance requirements, but then we are looking forward to have a similar enactment in the country, and maybe within a year or so we would love to have it. Some initial drafts are going on and the feedback is coming from the internal stakeholders to have a similar SOX compliance, so with a different name maybe, but then the focus on enhancing the transparency and the like. So I take this opportunity to extend a very warm thanks to both the learned speakers who have spared their valuable time out of their busy schedule. And I also take this opportunity to extend my sincere thanks to Kumodji sitting on my right, and Vivekji, who has been coordinating with them for a long time, and all my faculty colleagues who have been working tirelessly towards transforming the budding managers likely to serve some of the top-notch organizations. So we look forward to work very closely with you. Thank you so much.
I now request Professor Dr. Rana Singh, Director CIMP, and Mr. Kumod Kumar, CEO CIMP, to present memento to honorable guests.